Hello.
Hey, what up, though?
Welcome to Woman Crush Every Day, where we review queer media, especially when it's black and especially when it is woman. I am Tang B, aka Sean B. Scribe.
I am Allison, aka Al Woo.
And we are going to discuss Twenties.
Yeah.
Season 2, episode 1. It is finally back. It only took a couple years, but we're here.
It felt like yesterday.
It felt like yesterday.
it felt like today. Yo, I'm sorry. You know what? And I'm gonna take these off. I had to just put them on because we're from Detroit right now, and I just recently got Cartiered up. You know what I'm saying? I just got these this weekend, so I had to show out a little show off. I know you can't see my eyes right now. But here we go. I'm gonna come back. All right, be with the people, but I had to just hit that flex real hard.
Just one time.
One time. If you come to D, you would know. What up, Jamaica Swing? Thanks for joining us. Always good to see you in there.
Awesome. And we have a new subscriber.
We do. Lena Waite.
Boom.
We got the notification of our new subscriber this week said Lena Waite is join this community. So thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you for joining. Welcome and thank you. And we hope you enjoy the conversation and chats that we've been having. We will definitely continue to have them. And there's that.
Boom. So, let's jump into the episode.
Get into this heat. Let's get into it.
And we're going to start with favorite moment.
You want to go first?
Yes, because we may as well start from the beginning. My favorite moment was when Hattie was in the bed talking all that BS to Ida B, talking about her dream of seeing their wedding day, and Ida B walking down the aisle toward her, and Ida B had to get up and say, "Are you crazy?"
Yeah.
Because if y'all don't remember, we are waking up in season 2 the morning after we've left off in season 1. They've had one kiss and one night together, and she talked about wedding bells. Stop being a typical lesbian, Hattie. This is not good for us. We need to heal from this. Give it time. Give it space.
Wait, that was your favorite moment? The moment when Hattie was doing...
The look that Ida B gave Hattie when she started talking all this mess, when Ida B was like, "Oh, I think she might really be a little loose."
Yeah, that was
hilarious. And I know we've all been there before. We've probably been Hattie. I know I've been Hattie before, just going way too fast, moving too fast. But I've also been on the other side and be like, "Oh, this train is moving at lightning speed, and I am definitely getting off this track." No.
Yeah, that was hilarious. She definitely. It was funny to start the season off with the "Okay, all right, okay, we're here," and then it's like, "Okay, all right, okay,
stop,
we're here." Actually, stop. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, she really thought she was gonna wake up and Ida B was gonna be all with it too.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
Oh my gosh! That shit took me out. My favorite moment in this episode, was the moment. It was the table read that Nia gets this role, and she gets to sit in on Coco's butter after she from last season. This happened last season where she got hold of Ida B's script and performs this monologue that she shouldn't have or know of at all to Ida B. Ida B knows that Hattie stole her script. Boom, boom, boom. But now, anyway, she still decided to bring Nia onto her show. So we're at this table read of Coco's butter, and there's this moment where Coco and I can't remember what Nia's character's name is that she's playing, but I don't know why that moment where they were going back and forth on that ass script, you know what I mean, but still making magic. The magic that was there, I was like, this is fun. Actually, this is, I don't know.
It was good. It was great to see Nia bringing it forward because, having just recently rewatched the first season, the last we saw her was kind of being put down on the fact that she didn't get the web series. The dude called and was rude. The girls who she met at the web series thing were is this you ready to live the dream, girl? Because these are the roles for us. So to get her to see her be in this role on Ida B's network. She knows people are going to see this. She knows she's got talent. And it was nice to just see her come back into that moment of like, I received that. I'm going to dive deep into this craft and I'm going to see what comes of it. And boom, she woke up to a brand new day.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking in the comments and that was a hilarious moment.
So funny.
So this is when Hattie texts Ida B in the morning after trying to smooth everything over and make things cool. She does this whole elaborate, hey, I'm sorry about last night. It's just your eye or your lips are God's most perfect creation or something ridiculous. But instead of your like possessive yours, she did like your contraction you are. And that pissed Ida off.
I think she just found something to laugh at. Like, you're being a child about this whole like way that you're seeing our future together. You're being a child that you're not in your own house right now. You got me sleeping in somebody else's bed. And now you're being a child on grammar too.
Yeah. You know what though? In that moment though, I wonder if she had done the your correctly, what her response could have been,
Oh, yeah.
What would it have been,
It probably would have been calm down.
That's fair.
Calm down.
It would have been calm down.
Get my dry cleaning. You were fired.
That's true. Good one. Yeah. All right, so next question. Who's your woman crush?
Ooh. My woman crush this week, I mean, it's a toss-up. Hattie is so cute. Nia is so fine. And that's what I got. Because I define cute and fine.
Yup.
No, I'm gonna say that's not sexist because there are some fine ass masculine women out there. I think Hattie this episode was serving cute. Like, I loved her Nina Simone hoodie. Like, she was so cute with that. I think her style was really cute. I think Nia is just like, from her skin onward, is just, she fine. I don't know.
So Nia.
Yeah, Nia's my crush.
All right. Okay. You stole mine.
I know.
Okay, well, Nia. No, you know what? I'm at to say this. Yeah, I think it's difficult because I feel like Hattie is, as the main character, it's always like Hattie's skin is banging too. Like, don't get it twisted. Okay,
Hattie is gorgeous.
The fresh
Hattie is gorgeous.
Are like insane. So,
I'll say this because you made the distinction earlier. Jonica T. Gibbs,
yes,
is fine. Hattie is cute.
Spit. All right, I'll take that. Okay, so what can stay, what can go?
Yeah.
Do I go first or you go first?
Okay, what can stay? Actually, I'm going to start with what can go. What can go is Marie's attitude towards her friends. I think she has so much criticism of her own life, and the way she criticizes and comes at her friends is a bit much. Granted, she was totally warranted this episode with kicking Hattie out. You can't sleep in my bed.
Hattie bum ass!
No, you can't do that. Especially if I've told you time and time again, don't even bring randoms to my house. And don't date your boss. And I'm in the industry too. So now you bringing her here, like, and I'm coming home drunk, like.
Have you ever slept in a friend's bed? Actually, anybody in. Have you ever used somebody's bed because your bed was a futon and you were sleeping on? I haven't. That was definitely.
I don't think I've done that.
That was too far. That was bold as hell. And yeah, you need to get out of my house for sure. Yeah. But you know what? The subtleties of their relationship is really interesting to me. Yeah. Like,
they're like siblings.
But then I don't know. Sometimes Marie serves up.
I want to give a
little more. Yeah, a little bit more. And we went back and watched the first season too, and like watching it with fresh eyes, it's moments where you see Marie really look at Hattie like, I want you. Actually, I want you in. Yeah. I don't know. That was the vibe I'm getting. So like, I just want to see how that continues to play out over time. Yeah. And I think also one of the things that happened in the last season before is You remember that scene where Hattie shared a script with Nia and Marie, and they were like, "Oh, we thought you liked us," like, "Oh, which one is this about us?" And like, it's not about them. So I wonder in what ways like they project that relationship or want that relationship from Hattie, but just I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. I definitely want to dig deeper into. I want more of how their friendships got established. I definitely want to know more of that. It was great to see like Hattie's relationship with Nia's family, Nia's relationship with Hattie's family, and I wonder, how did all of their friendships start? So I definitely want to see more of that. I want to see more Hattie and Ida B for sure. Yes, in the comments. I don't know if Ida B is playing hard to get. I think Ida B is playing a game. Ida B is playing a game she knows well. I think she's a little caught off guard by how Hattie makes her see pieces of herself. And I think she's definitely intrigued by Hattie. I want to see what happens with that relationship, not just romantically, but how does Hattie continue to learn from Ida B, and how does Ida B get pieces of herself back that she's lost from being a boss bitch? How does she get back to like her eagerness and what she really wanted, and how she really wanted relationships in this world rather than just like creating that on TV for everybody else? So I'm really excited to see how that relationship blooms and how it feeds both of the growth that they need. What about you?
Can stay and can go.
Yes.
The whole being in your 20s can go. Like, actually, all these people are childish as hell, and that's irritating. But no, I'm kidding. I love the show. I think it's great. But it is funny to see these folks, the ways in which you're just living life and discovering things and discovering your autonomy. But you like still definitely on bullshit. Like, hard. Definitely on bullshit, So with that being said, I feel like everything can stay. I'm so excited for seeing how these people grow. And I think that's the beauty of being in your 20s. One storyline that I'm really interested in, I mean, I'm interested in all the storylines, absolutely. But the way that they're playing Marie's fiance, Chuck, as bi-curious, I'm curious.
Let's roll into that. Let's roll into what does this mean in the queer canon?
What does that, and that's where I am. So I feel like, what does that mean for the queer canon? It means like I'm watching this story of this black, potentially bisexual man, but also maybe not, like the roles that black women play in wanting black men to be hyper masculine and just like, one identity,
but not. I don't want you to be toxic masculine.
Yeah.
And that fine line is really hard to define.
Yeah, I think that's just really interesting, and I wonder, if Chuck is bi, what Marie's response is going to be. If Chuck isn't bi, what is Marie's response gonna be?
Really, like, especially since like she's cheating on him at this point. Like she's,
yeah, in so many ways. I mean, very emotionally.
Yeah, she has this relationship with Zach.
Yeah.
She started flirting with a dude who last season was gonna make was gonna produce a movie or fund a movie with them. This is the dude that her and the producers went to church to try to like woo him, get him on board, court this client on. So I'm like, Maria's out here, ready to live her life. I think she's given up already on Chuck, and I think it's unfortunate because I think he really is in love with her.
Yeah.
And I think he's genuine. Yeah. Based on the actions that we get to see. I mean, Chuck is like dinners, handling her mother for her. Last season at her birthday, he was like, I'll move her around. I'll make sure she doesn't do too much. This special night together, candles, put up with her raggedy best friend living with them.
Yeah.
Fucking in their bed, bringing randoms into the house.
Yeah.
Chuck is a stand-up guy. He's a stand-up guy.
So far, from what we see. He's generally stand up.
I mean, he just likes to see dudes go down on each other in the porn.
Oh, God.
You know, that's not a huge deal.
Okay, we're going to stop talking about dicks so we can talk about vaginas. And I was going to say, where this fits, an interesting spot for the queer canon for me is the age difference that's happening, too, between Ida B and Hattie's relationship. Like, I don't know, the little cougar action I think is kind of interesting. I don't know how often this happens, but I
feel like it happens in the lesbian community, but I feel like it's not talked about very often. I think it's really interesting, these dynamics, because I think initially you could just be like, Ida B, no, you're like preying on Hattie or something. But at the same time, I feel like they are both searching for distinct things. And they are serving that purpose for one another. And that's where I'm like, I don't know. All
right. I don't think you finished. You never said what can stay, what can go, and then queer canon.
You gotta
okay, finish it all out.
The other thing that can go, Marie can go.
Marie can go.
Their friendships, learning more about their friendships, can stay. Hattie has got to find a place to live. Hattie doing this couch surfing. I think Hattie can couch surf, but I think Hattie has got to pay rent somewhere. I think she needs a room. She needs a room. She needs to be able to say, this is my futon. I pay for this.
Yeah.
Cause it's rough. It's rough, Hattie. It's rough. So
she stay getting put out. Stay with some newbie, like new woman on the floor.
She needs to upgrade her dating game. Actually, that's what I want for Hattie, because Hattie, you cute. You don't have to be homeless. Like, you don't have to live with your friends. She was with a woman last season who wouldn't let her stay with her, and I was like, Hattie, this is like, if you are the type that wakes up the morning after the first night together and says, I want to get married, there's another one out there for you.
She's rolling the dice on Ida B. She want to wake up in the house. That's the house she want to wake up in.
She was like, if this was my house, we would be dropping panties as soon as they walk in.
She knows her plan.
She just needs a moment. For the queer canon, for me, this is this conversation. So Marie has this conversation with Ben about a new show, a new movie to pitch. And as she's pitching ideas, he just keeps saying like, no, Black internet has said we don't want to see any more interracial relationships. We don't want to see any sad stories. She pitches a story that's sad, but it ends up being about a white person. And he's like, oh, well, that's different. Well, yeah, we can definitely do that. And he's like, we got to see Black joy. And she's like, okay, but we also need to like have a plot line so that we can get to the joyous part. And so I'm really interested in this conversation about how are we telling Black stories, because I feel like there is this resistance to telling anything that's not Black triumph, or not showing Black trauma at all. And I'm for that. I'm like, I'm sick of the Black trauma. But what is the difference between like trauma and just like life experience? And we have to be able to tell stories in which we've had a period of growth, in which you can show that something shifted, something changed over time, because that's a story. Otherwise it's like, if we're watching Black people, just eating ice cream and skipping through the woods, that's really cute and that is art. I don't know if that is a story that people are going to pay money to go see, and I want to see. I want to see us. And so I'm really interested in how Marie is going to be able to work Ben to see, like, just because you have this power now and you're like, I want to do Black people right, and I still don't trust Ben, but I want to do Black stories right. You can't be like, we're not going to do Black stories at all until we come to a consensus on what's right. And there's no right. There's various stories to be told. So I love this conversation. I want to see more of it, and I'm excited that it's writers in the room writing this conversation, because then we get to hear pieces of what's really happening behind the scenes of the real storytellers.
I think it's interesting too to have a show. I don't know. Maybe this is. I'm not like a super big show person, so I want to take this in just like with a grain. But like, I don't feel like I have many examples of Black shows that show you the intricacies of Hollywood in a way that's like, I don't know, like not like a total comedy, but then not like total drama. I don't know, like in a dramedy space, it's like. To see all those, like on Coco's Butter, for example, like there's a scene where you see all of the writers go into the room and you see all these Black people. Actually, this is like the first season. Like, but like, where you to have these spaces where you see Black writers as people who help tell the stories, I think is really amazing to see, a room of Black writers who write the stories. And I'm looking at this comment, Jamaica Swin, who's like, I wish the L Word Generation Q could take a page out of 20's book about Black lesbian love. And yeah, I'll snap to that as well, because I feel like there's so many nuanced moments. There's so many beautiful moments. I mean, the shooting of it too, between like the actual just poeticism of the story itself and the layers of the story, but then like the visuals too. Like I was fucking in love with that last shot. Last shot. Like I feel like like every episode gives you like a dog ass shot that's like, hey, that I see where you just went artistic. We don't even know why you did that. Why did you even do that? And you did that. So I think that's important for the queer canon, to show queer characters in these beautiful spaces. It
is. I also think it's important for the queer canon that we get 55 minutes of a show. I want more in an episode. And I think it's funny because I think the brevity of the show is how you get to have these beautiful artistic moments, and how you get to focus in on so few characters, whereas the L Word has like this huge large cast that they have to cater to. One, because they're a remake, so they're trying to bring an old audience with a new audience, but two, that's always been the nature of the shows. We're going to follow a bunch of people, whereas with 20s we're just following these three women, and for that you get to get more intimate into their relationships. It is Black centered, so we're Woman Crush everything, where we review things, especially when they're Black, especially when they're women. This is like why we exist. So, but man, I wish that we could get an hour-long episode.
I would love an hour-long.
I never feel fully satisfied. I always feel like
shit out of it.
I need more. I want more Hattie. I want more Ida B. I want more Nia. I want Marie to figure out her relationship. And that's what I just want more because it's so beautifully done.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, okay. That was funny. The moment where Hattie was praying with Nia, but also that moment where Nia went off on Hattie and then said she was just practicing her lines.
Yo,
I died.
That shit took me out, bro. It's just like, you get out of my house. It's like, damn. Like, I'm not talking to you. Epic.
More of that.
That was great.
More of that, Nia.
Love that moment. Love this episode. Super excited for episode 2.
Yes.
And these episodes drop on Wednesdays at 10 Eastern Standard Time. And what else? Oh, I know. This is what I wanted to say. So there are a few different ways. If you aren't watching this show, 20s is on BET. I tried to find it on BET Plus, but I couldn't get season 2 on BET Plus, which made me sad. So BET Plus, if you ever see this, like, put it up, bro.
Can y'all
like,
actually?
I don't know how it works.
Why wasn't there a countdown to the show starting? I wanted that. Like, as soon as I logged on to BET.com, I should have seen, like, 20s is starting in 10 minutes. Make sure you have your subscription.
Yeah, I wanted to see all of that. Like, I want way more in terms of generate an audience. Like, let people know that it's happening
because
and it's
coming.
Isn't
because just
people
for queer women
want to see this stuff. It's really good. And I think BET needs to step it up to let people know that it's out there. 1. 2, so yeah, you can't find it on BET Plus. I ended up going to YouTube TV, and that's $65 a month. I'm not doing that. So you get like 2 weeks for free on YouTube TV. And maybe if you already have it, cool, perfect, awesome. Or maybe if you already have BET on your part of your cable package, cool, awesome, beautiful. But I did find that you can buy season 2 in its entirety on Amazon Prime for $17 or $16.99, something like that.
Yeah,
Somewhere between
around
the
$16 to
$18.
It'll still come out week to week, so you can't watch it all right now. It'll get released every week. You'll still be watching it. That's how it worked last season.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that part. Either way, yes. I feel like, if you want to watch 20s and you don't want to get cable in order to do it and go through all the hoopla, just go ahead. And if you're not anti-Amazon, all valid. But yeah, you can get the whole season for $18, and that's the route we're gonna take. So if you do want to do that and check in with us next week as we continue to watch this whole season, I think that's probably the most economical way to get 20s and be able to be part of this conversation. So yeah.
Shout out to Bread House.
Yes, indeed. Bread House, thank you once again for hosting. Bread House is a music production company, studio, all that good stuff here in Detroit, where we make music. And I'm also part of Bread House as Al Wu. So, Al Wu, King Call, who helped make this happen. Check out our new music. We're having a song that's dropping on the 21st of October called Life is Short. Super excited about that track, and it'll be streaming on all the places. So, just put that plug out there.
Absolutely. Highlights is already out, so you can continue to stream that. Have a great time with it, as I do. And we look forward. What are your thoughts? What were your favorite moments? What can stay and go for you? Who was your woman crush this week? Are you going to try to get in on this Nia thing with us? Or, you got your own crush? And we will see you next week for episode 2.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Peace.